Quietly now. Come on in. You're very welcome. As darkness approaches, it's the perfect time to put the kettle on, grab a few shack snacks, and settle in for a quiet chat. Welcome to the Shack After Dark. Hey, we're back. Welcome to
Hello.
the Shack. I'm Trina,
I'm Steph.
and we're here for a chat.
It's the Shack After Dark.
Yeah, because you will gradually find out the reasons why we're doing perhaps an episode of the Shack After Dark again after one being not that long ago. But there's a reason, a whole big reason as to why we're doing it.
Editing's not fun when tech doesn't really cooperate.
No. So we thought we would answer some questions today, apart from having a bit of a chit chat, that have been DM'd to us and from regular viewers and from people who obviously don't know too much about the podcast. So we've got a random selection.
Nice. We like random.
I know.
That works for me.
I know. And we've still got stories coming in from Canada.
Yes, I'm excited for those.
So those are being looked at and edited at the moment. So we have got some of those to come. True tales, they are. True life experiences.
Tales from the Shack.
And somebody we met yesterday who also may have a ghost story or two to tell us. That
I'm excited about that too. I like hearing the first-hand accounts,
Yeah.
where it's not like you're looking something up and you've got questions. I like the fact that these people have come to us with their stories, and then I might even have the opportunity to go, hang on a minute, what about this? What happened with that? Because I need more.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that opportunity.
Absolutely. So we've lots of things, but we're going to be talking about that anyway. But I think if we go to the first question and go from there, and then I think it's going to include some of the chit chat that we were going to do anyway.
Brilliant.
So let's go. Oh, I've got to go down a bit. Right. It says, okay, I have to ask, what does a recording day actually look like for you two? Is it as chaotic as some of your TikTok stories make it seem?
I think it's probably worse. I think it's probably more chaotic than the videos actually show. Because a lot of the time, by the time we've actually hit the record button and we've actually composed ourselves a little bit from the hysterical laughter or the insane, just the craziness of the day. But yeah, quite often it's just a mad dash because I've realized what the time is and I've realized that we're recording and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't got my microphone plugged in. I haven't put my light in the right place. I haven't done this, that, the other. So yeah, usually it's a bit crazy.
Yeah. I have to start well in advance. Exactly the same, because I tend to take my computer and my headphones and things. I unplug them all from the desk, and I is that your partner coming up the stairs?
Sorry, he dropped off tea.
He is.
We can forgive him on the stairs because he dropped off tea.
He is completely forgiven, and probably the sound won't come out anyway, and everyone will go, "What? What sound was that?"
Yeah, probably.
The sounds that we hear in the shack all the time. Weird sound. They don't always come out over the tech, thank goodness. But yes, so it really is a case of making sure I come up in plenty of time, plug all my computer in, set the lighting, get it all sorted here in the shack so that we've been fiddling around with seats and lighting and broken stools and
The funny thing is
these
that
excuse me, but these sorts of stool that I should be sitting on, but I'm not actually far enough backwards for the
and the fact
lighting.
that one is actually broken already. That has been repaired once already.
It has. Yeah.
No, for me it's very much a case of the fact that I'm studying at the moment. So I am essay bound regularly, and I'm having to do all these sort of tests and things like that at the moment because I'm coming to the end of my second phase of my training. So I have a completely different desk set up when I am doing the podcast, which involves my microphone stand, my lighting, everything like that, and not a table that's pulled out from my desk underneath, and and my giant folder on one side, my twin screens, everything to be able to actually do the work that I'm doing. And then I have to put all of that away and get out the pod stuff and set everything up as if it's been here the whole time. The background regularly gets like tucked up out the way.
What do you mean the background? That's the shack behind you, isn't it?
It's just the shack. Yeah, no, see, it's the shack after dark, so I can tell everybody that my shower curtain is a shower curtain. But it's like having to put this out the way because I'm having to move my chair all the time. And it like pulls it off the wall if I do that. It's just
can I just tell everybody that my background is real. Look,
your background is real.
It all moves. Okay. Well, I have to say my books aren't real. That is the wallpaper on the wall.
Customized wallpaper, though.
Absolutely cool. And these things here, now, anybody listening on audio now has absolutely no idea what we're talking about. We're actually pointing and showing the background behind us on YouTube. So if you want to whiz over to YouTube and have a quick look, you can. But these things, this light here, and we've got our little adopter ghost here. Little flowers that are just here. Those things are painted by me. They are actually my watercolours that are done and pasted to make it look like they're sitting on a shelf. The
other thing is that if anyone has the opportunity to zoom in and has a clear enough image to be able to zoom in on those books, the titles of some of those books are hysterical.
Yeah, they are, yeah. I've got one here that says Care of Canines and Animagi by Steph.
Yeah, that's me.
That's this book here. This one.
Yeah.
Again, I'm really sorry if you're listening on audio. You can't see.
You won't necessarily get
the ones with the labels. Like this one, it is The Truth About Werewolves by R. Lupin. If you know anything about Harry Potter, you'll know that you'll get that. And this one here is Always Do What You Are Afraid to Do.
Nice. I like that.
But I don't know who it's by. Ralph Waldo Emerson or something, I think. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea
who that is.
It's obviously something I found somewhere. I'm trying to see. I have got Muggle Studies by William. What have I got here? Oh, I can't see. Can't read it from here. But yeah, Muggle Studies. I've got all sorts. All sorts.
Can you tell that she's got a very Harry Potter based room?
Yeah. Shack. The Hawk
Shack.
and the Horcrux Hunt by Harry Potter.
Of course. Who else are you going to learn it from? I mean,
absolutely. Or Hermione. Could be. She could have told you lots.
I was going to say she'd probably be better written if it was by Hermione.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the shack. And there are other bits of it. We have shown pictures on TikTok. So if you go on TikTok, you can have a look. I've got more paintings and all sorts. So, yeah. Okay.
So, yes, in answer to that question, it's generally quite chaotic.
Yeah.
I'm getting back on track now because you've tangented off like a
well,
wild woman.
Funnily enough, the next question is, be honest, how many takes do you usually need before your mum stops going off on a tangent about unrelated topics?
I mean, let's face it, it's quite a lot. Not takes.
No,
mostly
we don't
because
do
I let you
takes.
ramble.
Yeah,
Let you ramble to a certain degree, and then I just pull you back. You know.
Yeah, and we just anything that's really irrelevant, we do edit out. But
yeah,
some of the time,
well, I don't. You do.
Well, especially on like the Shack After Dark, we don't tend to edit very much out because it is all about our wafflings on anyway.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I do try and keep to. I'm getting better. Let's put it that way. At keeping to like a script or like the stuff that we've studied and
staying on topic.
Yeah. In the main episodes.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, when we're doing the like I say, when we're doing these kinds of ones, yeah, we allow the sort of tangents to become thick and fast. And it's one of those things that I kind of think about as if I can't remember what the question was, then there's a very good chance that the listeners won't be able to either. So kind of just like dragging ourselves back to the question or to the topic that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Is probably a good idea at that point. But yeah, so.
And we do nearly always have some sort of notes in some form or another. So we did try having them on the screen, and that did definitely
to
didn't
be honest,
work.
I'm sorry, but I just think that low tech is going to work so much better for us at this stage.
I mean, I do put them on my phone, and I have them here at the side of me on the desk. So
I have post-it notes.
Yeah, post-it notes are great, actually. Or a little notebook. We do notebooks and turn the page as we're going. Yeah, turn the page.
Yeah, I've got a little note block that I write my notes on. And I'm hoping you can't see that because that's for one of the questions we've got coming up.
So I think we've answered the next question, which was, what's one thing that happens before every episode that listeners would never guess? And I think we've sort of, tech goes wrong. Things fall apart. Lighting isn't right because different times of the day when we record, the lighting is different. Equipment seems to
Other things that we do before an episode starts would be, I'm assuming, are we tying this all into the same question here?
Pretty much.
Because there's like a few things that I will always do before an episode, before we start recording. And that's one, go for a wee. Because I absolutely guarantee that if I don't do it before we start recording, we are going to be sitting here for like an hour, possibly more. And we obviously have a chat beforehand and a chat after, usually. So go for a wee is important, right? And all ladies of a certain age will understand what I mean. The other thing that I do is I put Dungeons and Dragons mode on my phone. For those of you that don't know, D&D is do not disturb. It's the do not disturb mode on your phone, but it says D&D, and I see Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sorry,
absolutely,
it's Dungeons and Dragons mode for me.
Dungeons and Dragons mode. It's a bit like the doom scrolling, and I call it death scrolling.
I'm not sure that's the same thing.
It's no, it definitely is, because you just might as well have died after certain amounts of scrolling. It's like yeah. I think I said this a long time ago when I was doing it. I was like, death scrolling. It feels like death. It's like, stop it now. Go and live. Go into the world and live.
As they say, touch grass.
Yes.
Reconnect with the real world. And it's important. It's important. I have just gotten rid of all of my sort of other social media platforms. And you know what? It feels great. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. And I should have done it ages ago. The other thing that I do before we do an episode is I put the kettle on, because we need a brew before we do this. And sometimes we've actually chatted all the way through and I've drunk my tea before we've even started recording.
Yeah.
But, never mind.
There you go. But I've got...
But that's... every time we start recording, I cough my guts up.
Yeah, I know. I have to edit it all out.
I know. I'm sorry.
I've got extra hydration today. So I've got...
Good stuff.
I've got coffee, but I've also got... The thing is, you have to try and put them on the desk so quietly because otherwise it comes out over the mic. Have you got a fly going round? Can you... Oh! Can you tell we live in the country? Matching fly. I've got two because one is so broken. I've attached it to another one. Makes it
you
even
had to gaffer
stronger.
tape it to another. Good
I
idea.
I was literally recording the day before yesterday, and there was one fly in here. And as I'm recording, it landed on my face. Needless to say, there was lots of swear words that I had to edit out, and I never did find the fly.
That's one of the most aggravating things.
Yeah.
The other one that really drives me crazy, has nothing to do with flies, is plugging in any kind of USB item. Because why is it that you plug it in, it doesn't fit, you turn it round, it doesn't fit, and you turn it round again and it goes in first time? Why is that?
I did that.
And it's every single damn time I go to plug in a USB item, it never goes in, even though it's the right way round. It will never go in.
I did exactly that with the light that I've just put on that's above my head. Exactly that.
Every single time.
I was like looking at it and I was like, but it should
USB is a swear word in this house.
Yeah.
Oh, USB.
Yeah.
Because that is the pattern. You try to plug it in, it doesn't work. You flip it over, you're like, well, what's all that? It should work. Turn it over again. It will go in. It will. It's just that the USB goes, nope, not allowed.
Next question.
Go for it.
This one I think is a really quick one to answer. Do you guys ever argue about what makes the final cut? And who wins more? No. No, we do not argue. It's me that edits, and therefore I decide.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Do I ever have any particular, preferences on things? No, not really. Sometimes I will say, edit that out. And she never does. She never does. So regardless, even if I've made myself look a complete twat.
Well, if you've made yourself look a twat, it's definitely staying in.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, I kind of work on the basis that I am just me, and I mess up just as often as anybody else.
Yeah.
And and I'm not precious about it. I'll fall over words and I won't be able to read something because dyslexia is a beach. And it's not like the end of my world. I don't care if somebody goes, oh yeah, she's useless because she can't read. It's like, okay, well, fair, don't listen to me then. It's totally within your right to just go, nah, it's not for me. All right, fine. I'm not going to take it personally, and I really don't care if somebody attempts to put me down because of something that I don't do very well. Give it your best shot.
Yeah,
it's not going to go through.
If it's gonna make you feel better, go ahead. But because if you really want to have a go, it's just it just makes us more popular because it just works with the algorithms. The algorithms like stuff like
That's
that.
it.
Any comments that you can put, doesn't matter what it is. Little dogs are nice, or hearts.
Yeah, I like to see hearts, and I like to see pictures of people's pets. Absolutely.
If you want to put something else and slag us off, fine.
Go for it.
We can take it. All the time you're slagging us off, perhaps you're leaving somebody else alone.
Yeah, maybe we are actually just taking the pressure of some other poor soul that is being trolled. Do you know what? Yeah, just come and troll me. That's fine. Because all I'll do is I just switch it off.
It's like water off a duck's back. Steph doesn't care. She's turned her Facebook off now. She's gone.
You see, I've just deleted everything now. Yeah. I just don't care.
Yeah. She's just like, no, don't like that anymore. I'm gone.
Yeah. It's just like, if it's not actually benefiting me in any way, I've literally just contacted all the people that I have contact with, and I've redirected them to have contact with me a different way. And that's just the way that I'm choosing to communicate with people. And that's it. And every single person that I have wanted to stay in contact with has given me another way to keep in contact with them. So it's like, there was one person that said, I only really do Facebook, right? And I was just like, well, can I have your telephone number then, just so that I can get hold of you?
Yeah.
And so I've taken a telephone number. That's fine. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
also like, I know where you live, so you're not getting away that easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I will come and find you. Oh, the next one's going to be an easy one. Again, even though we've just spent 5 minutes talking about the last one, what's the weirdest place you've ever recorded an episode from? Here. Here is the weirdest place.
I think the weirdest place is
the shack.
There. Yeah.
It's haunted with a ghost who has, at the moment, done a bunk. We haven't seen him for weeks now. Gone on his ollie bobs or visiting other ghosties. I don't know. Perhaps he's doing some more research with Rich.
Is that what they call a spiritual retreat?
Yes. Yes. That is absolutely where he is.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back shortly. Only because we're taking the piss out of him now, and he'll know.
Yes, he will know, and he'll make us pay for it.
Yes, he will. So if you haven't met Mortimer yet, or Mort for short, or our ghost host, he'll be on board soon, I'm sure, messing us about, playing with the electronics. We can't blame him.
I will say that on the topic of weirdest places that we've recorded, I will say that I think the weirdest things we've done in order to record have to be the giant sheets of egg box.
Absolutely. I've still got them.
Yeah. Giant sheets of egg boxes put together on a big piece of cardboard. And I painted them all nice colours.
You did.
And putting those up to try and mute sounds, because we were recording in really echoey places, or there was weird noises coming through all the time. And the egg boxes are not soundproofing. I know this is a bit of a myth that it's not soundproofing, it's sound muting.
Yes.
So it takes a flat surface that would normally ricochet a sound off of, and it creates a rough surface so that it can't do that as easily.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've used all kinds of weird and wonderful things like that to try and make the sound better.
Yeah. Big curtains and carpets.
Big curtains.
But now my little place in the shack works very well, and your little
and I've
place.
got my little space here that works really well, and again, lots of different levels and things going on to try to mute sound as much as possible. But it's not always easy, folks.
Next question. What episode are you both still weirdly proud of, and which one makes you cringe now? The first one makes me cringe a little because we really didn't know what we were doing.
No.
But
I mean, we've always been open and honest about that, about the fact that we are totally amateurs at this. We don't know what we're doing. We're making this up as we go. So I don't feel too bad about that. I don't think there's any of them that actively make me cringe, with the possible exception of some of the reading ones that I've done that I've fumbled over, which I've just I'll just hang my head in shame. It's fine. Just go, oh, that was such a sack of shit. But other than that, I think the one that I like, one of the ones that I really, really liked was doing the nursery rhymes.
Yes, that was
episodes, where we were looking into the history around certain nursery rhymes and looking at the original words and how they were so different, and some of them were just horrific in their original form, and they've just been really sanitized over the years. So,
I
yeah.
have to say that's a bit of a link to the fairy one that we did recently.
Mm.
And I'm working, this probably will take the place of another question, but doesn't matter. I'm working on a follow-up story. It is a fictional story, but it sort of includes like the trueness of the legend of the Fae. So the story is a fictional story. I have my granddaughter, your niece, is actually going is has actually recorded her voice to be on it, and she actually meets the Fae. And there's all sorts of bargaining going on, and she finds out a lot about the laws of the Fae through the story. The laws themselves are true, and the situation is legendarily true as well. But obviously the story itself is fictional, but we learn a lot through the story.
I love it. And we were talking about, in the previous episode that we did, we were talking about the rules of
Yes.
meeting the Fae.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that was a good episode. And I just loved, I think one of my favourite ones so far, the season that we did on travel, where we looked
Yeah,
at
that one was fun.
the whole thing was like staying in hotels and going in the car, things that happen on the
Yeah,
road,
and
ghosts.
planes,
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really good season, that one.
All modes of travel, including time slips as
Time
well.
slips. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was all included. So that whole season was all about travel. So that was quite a good one. And we've got a great episode coming up that we're looking at. I'm going to be doing again a fictional story that is going to introduce some of the thing. Oh, well, definitely this particular episode that's coming up that we haven't even recorded yet. It's in the planning. I have lots of resources, and I've done quite a bit of research. I have a fly in here now.
I've got one up on my light.
I'm going to keep my eye on it. You could be seeing unaliving live on camera.
Can't really say that because I missed mine. So
Yeah, I don't know where it's gone now, but every now and again it's flying in front of me, teasing. Right. This one I had to smile at. You two have such good chemistry. Did you click right away, or was it awkward at first?
yeah, okay, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, there's never been any awkwardness
No,
of any kind, really.
no.
I think we pretty much know each other fairly well in every situation.
Yeah. We're mother and daughter. If you haven't sort of read any of the reviews or the description about what we do, we are mother and daughter. So therefore, I've known each other for quite a long time now. Spent a lot of time in each other's company. We both know exactly what we're like, and we enjoy each other's company. So the answer to that is no, not awkward at all. What's been the hardest part about keeping the podcast going that no one talks about?
I think, because here's the thing, when we first started this, we were in the same room at the same time.
Yes, we were.
And that was better, I think.
Yes.
Because I think we were a little bit more able to kind of, I don't know, kind of tune into each other a little bit better. Since I've been here and we've been in two different locations, it's been, I don't know, a little bit more difficult. Not necessarily for any reason. I can't quite pinpoint why it is different. But I think just being physically in the same space at the same time is it's just better for me. I think.
Yeah. But I think even though we relate to each other fine like this and we'll have a good natter, it's so different from when we like meet up and we're actually together.
Yeah.
And I think that's also going to come out on another question, because there are plans afoot. We haven't
Oh,
got round to
love it.
them yet, but we haven't. But otherwise, about what no one talks about is the editing.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
the
the
stuff that goes on
hardest
behind the scenes.
it's the hardest part is the coming up with ideas, which I wouldn't say is the hardest part because we've got lots of ideas, and lots of different sort of themes that we can go off on tangents with,
Yeah.
which I love about the podcast because we've got all these different things, true tales from the shack. We've got just tales from the shack, which are fictional, which I love to write. We've got our Shack After Dark now, which is our just a general chit chat. And
We've got that theme each time, or at least something that's kind of a direction that we're going in. So doing the sort of historical stuff, doing the legends, picking one particular legend and looking at different parts of it. You know, for instance, taking like elves that we did one time and then looking at throughout different worlds how elves are represented.
yeah,
Um and sort of going in different directions, with like cursed objects and things like that, looking at supernatural things, looking at paranormal, but also like alien things, you know.
yeah,
It's something
yeah,
different all the time because the entire podcast's point is to share stories, and those stories come in all different formats. So, you know, when we did the episodes on nursery rhymes and things like that, it was all about the stories that are being told to children
yeah,
and how they were gruesome when
yeah,
they first you know, came out,
yeah,
and yet they were so
yeah.
different
Well,
by the time we heard them.
don't forget, it wasn't just nursery rhymes; it was actually fairy stories as
It was
well.
fairy stories as well, and the fairy tales.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we had
we
a
brought the
whole big
whole
thing
lot
about it.
in, didn't we?
Yeah.
And looked at the backstory of where they'd come from. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And we still haven't found out all of them, so we have more to do.
No, and there's still more information about the ones we did cover that we didn't get into.
Yeah,
So, you know, and this is the thing, because we're always asking people to say, hey, if you know anything about this, if you've come across anything
yeah,
that we haven't covered, come and tell us, because we may have notes on it that we just didn't get round to talking about on the podcast.
yeah.
Or we might not know about it at all, and it could be new information for
Yeah,
us.
I mean,
So,
information that's maybe in a different country that we haven't even considered yet.
yeah, yeah.
Every culture has such a rich, such rich stories to tell, and
And it's
sometimes they.
interesting
So,
because when you take something like a fairy tale that we know, somebody from another part of the world might say, actually, that story is very similar to a story that they've had for X amount of time, that is so close that it, you know, because a lot of these fairy tales, as we found out when we were researching all of this, was taken from, you know, loads of different stories, loads of
mm,
different situations, and sort of pinned together to make another story. So a lot of them are very similar.
yeah, yeah. So there's so much, but I think that I say the hardest part really is the editing and the putting it together and the uploading it and the being consistent. Make it. We have worked hard. It's one of the reasons we're doing this recording today is to make sure that you have a recording. This is actually going live tomorrow. So we are. I did a load of recording while we've both been away. And we thought we were going to try and get a story in here, but the story is proving extremely difficult to edit. And so we have come on today to do
Taking a
this.
little longer than expected.
Yeah, we've done this episode. I've got another story that I'm going to throw in as well, that we'll do next week. So I then got 2 weeks to try and get this other story edited because it is so complicated. And otherwise, I'd have been up all night tonight, and I probably would have been working on it all day again tomorrow. it would have taken hours. It is going to take me hours and hours. And I think that sometimes you get half an hour of a story, but actually it's maybe taken me a week full on every single day, doing at least 5 hours every day. And it's all new tech to me. Some of it is doing the videos and trying to tell the story, right? So I will record my part, and I will record my part including everybody else's parts, because this story has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different voices in. And then I'm having to now put all those in. That's without sound effects and possibly some music behind it all. And this is the most complicated one, apart from the one I did on my grandmother, Jess, which is and I didn't have any over voices as such, but I did have photographs and I did have lots of sound effects through that. So that sort of helped me learn a little bit, but now it's gone up another notch. So I'm learning.
As they would say here in Brittany, oh la vache, c'est beaucoup de travail. Yeah, that's absolutely so much work that goes into that side of it.
So that is the hardest bit, is all the editing afterwards and getting that through. So have you ever gotten feedback from a listener that totally changed how you do things? I did get one bit of feedback from somebody once who said they would prefer if I didn't make my stories so slow, to tighten up.
Yeah, you have a background
of stage work
and storytelling and dramatic pauses.
Yes.
And nowadays, in our general sort of day-to-day consumption of our media, it's a lot faster moving.
Yeah.
And we have to kind of try and accommodate for that, because it seems that like everybody's attention span has like halved.
Yeah.
So if you do a video where you, especially in a short or something like that, where you're giving a dramatic pause, that's like people have tuned out within seconds.
Yeah.
And it's not as effective. So it was really good advice from that person. And yes, that's changed the way that you've done things.
Yeah, I tighten things up a little bit now. I still like a bit of a pause sometimes, because you do need that in a story.
Yeah.
But maybe
in our episodes, I think it's a different thing, isn't it? Because
episodes are different. Yeah, it's the stories that I do quite carefully look at now and try to sort of pull it. Can I make it 5 seconds shorter? Can I take out a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit? It takes me time. It's editing again, isn't it? Right. Okay. But I do try and talk a little bit faster, which I won't go into.
I had somebody give me feedback that this particular watcher, because he watches on YouTube, and if you're watching, hi. It was feedback on the fact that he didn't care too much for my Udi that I had on, which is I can't remember I don't know what print it is, because I've got a cow print dressing gown. I think he thought it was a hoodie, but it's like leopard print or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's like snow leopard print or something. And he was like, "Oh, don't care much for your hoodie." And I was like, "It's my Udi." And I was like, "And when you join me on the podcast, I invite you into my home. And you get me as I am.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just me. And I'm not trying to be anything else." So it's not changed anything in the way that I do everything at all, because I'm just me. And do I spend time on my hair and makeup? I would say it's fairly obvious. No, I don't. But I have also no intention to. So yes, some days I've been out and I've been working, or I've been doing something and I've got a bit of makeup on, or I've done my hair or whatever, or I'm in smarter clothes. And sometimes I've been studying all morning, like today, where I have done none of those things. I'd just say you're just lucky I'm not in my pajamas today. You
take us as you find us. We do try and be a bit presentable, obviously.
I was going to say presentable, sure. But
yeah,
I will also say that particular episode that chap was watching, it was absolutely freezing here.
It really was freezing. And I
make no apologies.
where we are, there is very little insulation above my head, similar to Steph, and it gets really cold. And even with little heaters that we often have on, when you're sat here, not moving around too much for well over an hour sometimes,
Yeah.
we get so cold. That's why we like our brews for a start. Although I can't warm my hands up on this one because it's an insulated cup. It doesn't get very. But yeah. So sometimes we are wrapped up a bit. It's not too bad at the minute. I'm
No.
reasonably warm. I know you've got a
I've got my hoodie
jumper.
on, but honestly, I'm getting a bit warm.
Yeah.
Sat here. So it is currently. I mean, it's currently 24 degrees up here. I've got a little thermometer.
Have you?
Yeah, it's currently 24 degrees at 55% humidity. So, I put a hoodie on this morning because it's warmer upstairs than it is downstairs. So when I go downstairs, it's just a
Yeah.
couple of degrees cooler, which has been great over the last few days. Or not last few days, it's been a bit cooler and a bit wetter,
yeah.
which has been bonus. But
Oh,
previously,
it's been much nicer.
we had about 10 days
Yeah.
of insane heat. And when I say insane, it was telling us on the weather that it was going to be like, oh, it's going to be like 28 degrees. And it's like, wow, that's up there. Yeah, it maxed out my thermometer out the front of my house at 50 degrees on one of those days. Because there is so much stonework, we've got the sort of patio, that what we call the courtyard. We've got a building on this side, a building on that side, and a building here. That bit in the middle is a sun trap. And it gets so hot that those walls just act like a big oven.
Yeah.
And retain all of that heat. So, I mean, even the cat goes out there and dances across it because the slabs are hot.
You could
she hunts the
you could have
the wet
they
spots.
say when you get lemons make lemonade. You could have cooked pizza out there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we had we had drying racks out to dry things, and we got all our washing done. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was
all
dry
the
like that.
Yeah. By the time you've put it out and pegged it out, you're taking it back in again, aren't you?
Yeah, it was pretty much just like a circuit. Yeah, by the time you'd pegged out the last item, you'd taken the first one in. So yeah, it's been a bit crazy, and yeah, I make no apologies for
no, you take it
for the climate.
Take us as you find us, and it's the ones that enjoy a relaxed approach. Excuse me, a relaxed approach.
Try that again.
That are the ones who I think are our shack packers, the ones who stay.
Yeah, there are people.
We would like you. Please be a shack packer though, and subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. We've actually had a few more subscriptions this week, and last week's episode was probably one of the most popular ones we've done so far. I don't know what happened. I don't know who found us, but all of a sudden...
Well, we haven't done a thing this time, which was, if you've made it this far into the podcast, you have to go into the comments and put the word candle in the comments.
Perfect. No one's done it yet.
No one's done it yet.
We've done this. We've done this on a few.
Yeah.
And nobody's
with you all.
Nobody's put anything in the comments. So please pop it in the comment. It really helps us to grow because we haven't got any money to spend on all this posh publicity. And that's why we bring everything to you for free. So it's free to subscribe.
Yeah.
Just press
and we'll be
the button. And it really helps us. So thanks very much. Right. Have you got a question? Have you got any? Have you brought any?
I had a silly question.
Go on then. Go for a silly one.
I had a silly question that I wanted to know.
Go on
and
then.
That was, is there a childhood sweet that you still think about now?
Yeah.
And can you still get it?
Yeah, you can still get it. You have to go into those old-fashioned sweet shops to get it out of the big jars. And it's sherbet lemons.
Shout out to Rebecca's in Perranporth.
Yeah. So it's sherbet lemons and pineapple chunks.
See, it's like the sherbet lemons were the ones, so you used to get them in the little paper bag. and you used to have to try and eat as many as you could in your lunch break because you got them by the quarter, right? You had to try and eat as many as you could because if you didn't, all of them in the bag were going to be stuck together by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And to the bag as well.
You could prise them apart with your teeth, but sometimes it had gone too far and the paper bag was sticking to it. So
Yeah.
what
And you had to eat the bag as well.
So what you had to do was get the sherbet lemon out in the end and lick the paper bag bit to get that off the sherbet, spit that like that, and then you could eat sherbet lemon.
But then you had to put the sherbet lemon in your mouth and you had to go
oh yeah,
like that and suck through
and suck the sherbet out from the middle. And then of course, by the time you've eaten all of that, your tongue, you can't speak anymore.
And when you bite into the shell at the end, it's the only sweet I know that would then cut the inside of your mouth to ribbons.
Absolutely, yeah. Not only that, it's ruined your tongue as well because it's
just brilliant though.
Needless to say, they're individually wrapped now, so that you can't.
Unless you get them from those shops.
Yeah.
But
I'm
even sure you can still get them by the quarter.
Even you can, but they're nearly always individually wrapped because otherwise, because they stick together in the jar as well. So
but we just used to have to bang the jar. Yeah. I used to work in a shop that had these big jars of sweets. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time working there. And so you did have to kind of give the jar a bit of a dink it was a plastic jar. You weren't going to break anything, but you just give it a bit of a smack to break them up a little bit. But absolutely funny. Brilliant.
But I say my other sweet was the pineapple chunk, but that's because when I was little, tiny, I had a great uncle who was just lovely. And he called me Pineapple Chunk. That's what I was called. I was called Pineapple. So
that's adorable. Did you have the sticky up hair? Is that why?
No, not really. I don't know why I got called Pineapple, but I was his little pineapple chunk. So there you go.
I love it.
So yeah, I grew up eating pineapple chunks, knowing that was me. Right, on we go. I like this one. This is plans for the future.
Okay.
Are any dream guests you're manifesting for next season? Please say you're trying to get Danny Robbins on. Danny Robbins is really famous and he's the presenter of Uncanny, which is the most amazing ghost story podcast. It's on TV, it's on YouTube, it's incredible. And no, Danny Robbins would not give us the time of day, I don't think, bless him. As lovely as he is, I'm sure he would give us a nod or something. But no, not Danny Robbins. We have been looking at possible other people to come on and do an interview with us. But as yet, we haven't been able to pin anybody down to a particular time or place to actually do that. We can do it through our program that we use, this program that I can see that you can't, where Steph and I come together and we can add extra people in to do a chat, but we haven't got around to it yet. But there are definite plans to do it. But at the minute, unless we get really famous, unless you keep commenting down here and subscribing, then when we get really famous, perhaps Danny will come on the show. There you go.
I was going to say, comment Danny Robbins right now.
Yeah, tag him.
See if we can
tag him in the comments.
He might just record us a little message and we can put it in.
Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? I watch him all the time, I have to say. Are you planning to keep the same format or should we expect some Freakin Shack 2.0 chaos? It's always 2.0 chaos.
I was going to say it's pretty much always going to be chaos, but in truth, my honest opinion on this is we're going to keep the same format unless somebody tells us that they don't like it and we need to change it.
Yeah, and that's going to be popular for everybody.
And it's going to be popular for everybody. And in that case, if you've got any ideas or any ways in which you'd like us to change things or mix things up a little bit, then let us know.
Yeah. The only
Until
way
then, you're stuck with us the way
you're
we
stuck
are.
with us the way we are. The only other thing we have got planned, which we have talked about before, is possibly going out to
Yes.
places.
We have been talking about this for a long time. We
Yeah.
really should get on this and do it.
How that would come out over audio, I don't know. I think we would have to describe what we were doing if you were just listening on audio. But obviously the YouTube, that would change the YouTube podcast episode completely. So we really would like to do that, is to go out to some of these places that we talked about, some of these places where the myth and the legend of Brittany shines, if you like, up to the Valley of the Saints, where we've talked about the legends of the saints before, and actually take you on a live trip up there. So there's lots and lots of places around here where there's haunted places, there's abandoned houses. We've never actually done a full-on ghost hunt. I don't think it quite come to that, but we can certainly take you to some of the places that are quite spooky and have legends of ghosts or mysterious sounds and noises, and yeah. So we
Absolutely.
Yeah, it won't be all the time.
Things in the pipeline.
Yes. We have been talking about it for quite a while now, and we should do it before you go back to school.
That's right. Yeah, so within the next few months, if we record that. Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps we could do a few and then go to different places, and then we could edit them so that we've got lots. Someone actually said, will we ever get video episodes? Yeah, we're here. We're on YouTube.
It's coming. We're working on it.
Well, we're doing it already.
We're doing it now. I mean, we're doing these kinds of video episodes, but
yeah. So you can, because someone said she wants to see your facial expression. Come onto YouTube. Get yourself on YouTube and find us on there. The Freakin Shack.
Some people do prefer the audio only.
Absolutely, because
and it's fine. And we're doing the video stuff because we do have people that have said, look, we really like to actually watch you.
Yeah.
God knows why. You're all crazy, but it's fine. But yeah, so some people like to be able to see the people that are talking to them. So that's fine. Yeah, we don't mind.
Oh, and the other thing we were planning on doing is doing some reaction videos.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that.
We are planning on doing that, and I'm sort of working on that at the moment. Again, it's something else I'm having to learn as to how we put in, like, here in the middle. I'm pointing to the middle of the screen now for those of you that are on
you're
audio.
On that side of me.
Yeah, that side. I should be doing it here, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
So that,
but we're still figuring out how that actually works in conjunction with when we're not in the same room together, and how we get it on the screen so you guys can see what we're watching.
Exactly. So that we can look at perhaps some people doing ghost hunting, or we can look at filming of ghost stuff, or ghosty, I don't know, ghost films. I don't know, but just come up with some ideas for us. What should we be reacting to? Yeah, what should we be watching so that you can watch us watch whatever it is you think we should be watching? Because I don't always know.
It's a great question. We should put that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should put that out.
I'll try and make this into
platforms as
I'll
well.
try and make this into a little clip so that we can put it on TikTok. And the Freakin Shack is still on Facebook, so you can find us and you can contact Steph through that if you wish, because I can send her a message. Do you guys hang out outside of the podcast, or is it strictly business? No, we definitely hang out outside of the podcast, because
yes, we do. Yes,
we went for a meal yesterday together with lots of other people.
We did.
But
it was lovely, and I was so privileged to be invited to that, because it wasn't. It's like all of the people that live around you that all got together, and I got this little invite. Would you like to come along? And I was like, well, actually, yes, I would. Yes, that would be lovely. And it was beautiful. The restaurant was lovely. The food was amazing, and the company was even better.
Yeah.
So,
this is where we met this person who might be telling us her own ghost story.
Yeah.
If the Freakin Shack was a reality show, what would this season be called? It would be called Too Much Editing. That's what it'd say.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Yeah.
Far too much editing.
Yeah,
Editing.
for
Yeah.
you. And I think for me this season would just be fly by the seat of your pants,
Yeah.
because I haven't researched anything for this season. I've literally been like 100% at university doing what I'm doing and dropping in every time you've gone, we need to record. And I'm like, yeah, okay, microphone, and let's go, you know. And I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about half the time
No,
before we get there. And then,
that's
you know,
fine.
we do a bit of a, this is what this episode's all going to be about. And I'm like, all right, okay, let's go then.
Well, that's why
So,
sometimes you got your computer there, because sometimes if we mention something, you do go off and
yeah.
actually record it in recording time.
Yeah, I actually research it. You mean research it within the actual podcast itself? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so we've done that
sometimes
before.
it will trigger something in my brain and I'm just like, oh, I know something about that. Let me go and just double check it, because I have to fact check myself quite often.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I think editing hell or something like that would be the title. Rapid fire. Each of you say what the other one is actually like behind the mic. So is that away from the mic?
Yeah, what you're actually like away from the podcast. I'm going
Maybe.
to say pretty much exactly how you come across
Yeah.
on the podcast. Like, no, that is exactly what she's like all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And I will say that if you're actually going to have a conversation on a topic, the only thing I will say you do better on the podcast is that you stay on topic a bit easier on the podcast. When I want to have a conversation with you,
yeah,
and about a specific topic, I have to like ratchet strap you to the chair, because you'll think of something that you wanted to show me and you'll be like, oh, come and see this. And it's like, and I literally need like bungees and ratchet straps to keep you in one place to talk about a subject.
Yeah. I am a bit of a bouncy bunny. I will go from thing to thing. So yeah, that'll take me on a tangent to something else, and that'll take me on so I do need like a script. It's like the questions here are very good because they're making me stick to the questions. So, and Steph is nearly always very practical, down to earth, very reliable. I would say extremely funny, makes me laugh so much. And I mean, people-wise, we're very much alike, aren't we? We're
yeah.
But then so is your sister, my other daughter. I mean, if you put all three of us
actually, with my new glasses, if I put my hair in a certain way, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, really.
No, no. Although she's got new glasses now, and they're not the right.
Oh,
they're not the same color as ours now.
Well, that's all right. That makes me feel a bit better.
Yeah. So one of these days, perhaps we'll bring her on just to see. So you could have three of us in a row.
God.
And see what the women are all like in our family. We're all the same.
I was going to say the face shape, everything is all the same.
And Shelley's just the same. She's chatty, talky. She's a people person. She's got a great job where she interacts with so many different people all the time. So yeah. And the reason we don't have her on the show very much is because she's so busy. She also has a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So,
which is, a job on its own.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Do you have any secret podcast rituals? Favorite drinks, lucky socks, pre-show prep? No, we brew our favorite brew.
Yeah.
When we tell it,
I haven't really gotten into the routine of doing one specific thing. There might be times when I think right near the beginning, I think I crocheted a little bit at the beginning of some of the episodes just to kind of get through the original sort of spiel at the beginning. Sorry, I have a fly bouncing off my face. But that didn't work because it distracted me and it wasn't very easy to manage. So there have been times when I've had like an adult coloring thing going on, but I found out that the of pens and pencils comes across on the microphone, so not very practical for that either. It's not really something you can do at the same time as anything else. in terms of like lucky socks and things like that, that requires somebody that is much more not like me.
No,
No, I don't really have that.
no.
There are certain things that I have with me all of the time. Certain items like my neck knife that I have when I'm at home and I'm out in the garden and I'm doing things all the time. I've always got a knife with me. Now, I'm not in the UK. It is perfectly legal for me to carry it while I'm here. I do not travel with it. You know, just so you know, I'm taking consideration of the rules, but it is something that I always have. It's not really so much of a lucky thing or it's not so much of a ritual. It's a practical tool that I need all the time, and so I have it. And when I don't have it, I feel really lost that I haven't got it. So, but again, it's more of a practical thing because that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't do any of that. As long as I've got my phone with me, I can contact anyone.
You see, I'll go out without my phone. I've got my knife.
It's when I leave. Phone. It's when I leave. No, this is not when I'm in the garden or anything like that. But when I'm going out. That's a very British saying, isn't it? When I go as opposed to just out. If I go out, then I do have my phone with me because we are very rural, and it is a good idea to have some form of contact. So I do have my phone with me most of the time. But I always make a brew, always come up here with a brew. And I suppose there is a ritual of setting up the computer and the lights and making sure we're in the right place so that the mic sounds okay. And so we do all of those things. But
I think that for me is more routine than ritual. I don't have anything that I have to do.
Is this a new ritual?
This is the new ritual.
This is the new fly dance.
The new ritual is,
We could both do that.
Honestly, they're driving me mental, and I've just got about another 3 that have seemed to make their way in from somewhere. I don't know where they're coming from.
They're crawling out of the woodwork.
Drives you absolutely crazy.
Yeah, don't ever move to the country. I've got nets up at all the windows and the doors.
Yeah,
and they still come in. Fly sticky things stuck up everywhere. Anyway, no, the only rituals we've got here in the shack is when we're about to tell a story, and we'll swing that light.
Swing the light. That's a ritual.
Yeah, pull up a chair, grab your favourite brew, and swing that light. And then we go into story mode. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all my questions. Well, not my questions, all the questions that I had. So we've done well, but we're over an hour now. So what did I say when we first started? About half an hour will do. We've got an hour.
You were like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a long one. And all I'm thinking is we're off script. It's never going to be half an hour.
No.
Not with us.
It will edit down a little bit more because it will take some of the
but then you're going to put the intro on and the exit.
Yeah, that's
going to
true.
Make it up again. So
probably. Yeah. So it's going to be about an hour of us waffling on as usual. But I think that's it. I think we're at the end. I think we can go and get on with. I'll be getting on with editing.
I was going to say you're going to be editing. I am going to actually be taking about an hour out, I think, because I have been non-stop since very early this morning.
Yeah. I am going to have my lunch, I will say. I am going to have my lunch. So
I did squeeze a lunch in before we recorded.
Just before we recorded. Throw it in my face. Right. And on that note, keep your minds...
Be sure...
Oh,
I was just going to say that I was going to
Daisy,
go ahead.
will we edit that bit out or not?
See, I won't know until you actually put it on. But, dear listeners, be sure to keep your minds open and your lamps lit. And we will see you again next time at the Freakin Shack.
Good night, everybody. Or good day, good morning, whenever you're listening.
Good afternoon,
Bye-bye.
Good evening, and good night.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out in the shack with us. If you've got a strange story, theory, or even just a spooky question, send it to shackpackinbox@gmail.com because we'd love to hear from you. Follow us to ensure that you never miss an episode of the Freakin Shack, because listening to us is much cheaper than therapy and slightly more spooky. Until we meet again next week, Shackpackers, take care.